Hey guys, Dr. Von Mad here, and we're about to start working on the next phase of our project. Now remember last night we spray painted the crown to get the effect we were looking for, and I think it looks pretty darn good. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to glue our gems back on, and I've got some glass gems I'm going to try to put up here and see how that works. So we're going to go ahead and glue these gems into place. So I've got a red one here. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up here, and as you see, I broke the back off of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here, put a dab of glue right here, and we're going to slide the gem back into place. Smooth it off on the back and do it again. Red, then orange, and get rid of the stringer. Come on, get rid of the stringer. Thank you. Push that in. Now, the yellow one's going to be next. And that's going to go in right here. Now, green will be right here. Some will be, this is only step 2 anyway. We're going to be doing quite a bit on them today. The blue one will go right here. You know, crowns have been symbols of authority since ancient times. Now, I'm going to put a pink one here just simply because the fact that they didn't send me one in indigo. Which, if you look at a rainbow, it goes from blue to indigo, and I'm pretty sure that blue and indigo are actually kind of the same color. But whatever. Now, so at this point, I don't think it really matters too much which color goes where. So we're going to put that one here. Now we're going to put one more right in here. Put our jewels back into place on the crown. And hopefully you'll get a good look at it so far. Let's take a look-see. See, it's a lot shinier, but I got to get rid of some stringers. Stringers are going to be a nuisance on this. Now, we're going to try putting these stones up here on the head, but I'm not promising nothing. We're going to see if it'll work. I don't think it will unless I put them, because that's concave, sticking out right here. It's flat right here, and I don't think you're going to get a good hold on it right up here. And I could glue it right here. I'll tell you what, we'll come back to that. I've got an idea. The next part of this project. The next thing is going to be to put a liner around the outside of the crown, and in this case, what I've got is white craft fur. What they call fake fur, fall fur. And we'll see if we can wrap this thing around, because I may end up having to cut it in half. I suspect that's what I'm going to do. Because apparently I got a little white patch of this missing already. But we'll see what we can do. Okay, we're going to cut this off, and I'm going to glue. I got to see if this is going to fit, because I want it to kind of raise up this camera just a hair so you can see what I'm doing here. The idea is to kind of line it like so. Oh, that may be too much. May have to cut it a little bit thinner still, because what I got in mind is to kind of just have a white fur lining around the edges of it. So let's see what we can do. and then we can fold that around inside, or I can pull it up here and fold it in and kind of leave it a little bit fluffed up right there. A lot of different things you can do. Now, so we're going to turn our crown upside down. There's a rhyme for you. And we're going to go ahead and put some glue in place here. And we're going to attach the fur. And then I'll trim off anything that I think's sticking up where it don't need to be. Now, we've already glued that side, so we'll come in here on the inside and fold it over. Now, as you can see, I think I've got it too far up here. I'm going to have to pull it up just a hair, and that pulled right on off, so that's not a good thing. Now, I'm going to end up having to, I suspect. Alright, I want it here. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to have to be careful. So what we're going to do is I'm going to glue it here, and then we'll come up here and I'm going to do it again. Right in here. So I want it to be nice and even, because I don't want it gravitating. I'm going to have to trim off some of this excess shag on this thing when we're done anyway. And we'll add a little bit of extra right in here to kind of hold it in its place as we move our way up and grab me into the glue stick. So we're going to be running low on glue. Let me check the time on this here clock. I still got 12 minutes. We're doing good. Making good time on it. Leave this glue stick handy because I'm probably going to need it here shortly. Now, if we run out, I will go ahead and I've got some more fur to do this with. But there we go. Now, as you can see, we probably are going to run out. Just a hair's breadth. And I'll take the scissors to it and get rid of the shag on it when we get done. Now, go ahead and grab this other piece. And I'm going to start here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here on this side here. I'm going to glue that into place to kind of keep it from bouncing around. Now we're going to move. We'll come in here on this end here. We'll cut some of this fur off so that I can see what I'm doing. There we go. A little bit of that shag out of the way so that I can get in here. Now, I'm going to come up here. Put another big dollop of glue right here. Line this up like so. Now, bring it around. Now, let's do it again. And then I'm fixing to get some more glue in this glue stick. Get the glue stick in here. Let me reload this thing. Oh, don't you dare, don't you dare. And it jumped. Hang on just a minute. Apparently I need both hands to do this. Now, where was I? Right here. Now, bring it around. Gonna do it again. Here. Now, by no means are we anywhere near finished. Actually, I do kind of have an idea of how I'm going to do this. Now, as you can see, we got a little bit of a gap. Now, that's no big deal. So what I'm going to do is I've got a little bit of a gap right here that I'm going to cut off. See? Now, cut it down just a hair's breadth. And I've got an idea of how I'm going to use these gems. Alright. So, let's go ahead and glue this into place. Now let's go up here and get these scissors because I got to get this extra shag off. So I can see what I'm doing in here. Let's see. Yeah, that should do the job. Now, we flip over this thing and we start gluing on the inside now. As you can see. So I'm just going to put that in here, and that's going to fold in. Alright guys, we're back. I had to replace the batteries. Seems to be a common occurrence on our channel. Anyway, we're going to get back over here in this. Lift up this camera just a bit. What we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of glue here. That's going to fold under. Now, it's not as important to look nice and spiffy underneath the thing as it is to have it looking good on top. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that. Come up here, do that again. Fold it under. That'll also make a nice little headpiece, though you don't have to put that foam back in if you don't want to. You can try it on at various points if you so choose. Because when we get it in there, we're going to kind of trim it down a piece anyway. Now, pull this on in. Now, go ahead and get rid of these stringers that seem, this army of spiders that seems to have invaded this crown. In reality, it's just kind of the glue fibers or polymers. Now, go ahead and trim up here around this. Kind of get this fur down here out of the way so we can see. I've got a lot of this thick shag fur right here that's going to have to come off. So I don't want it up here sticking up on the top. I don't mind it sticking a little bit down, but I don't want a lot of strays coming off here. Spin it around, cut it down. Basically, I'm trying to trim it just a little bit. Now, you could probably get away with just brushing it down and kind of hairspraying it or something, and I got a little bit of a looser right in here that needs to be fixed. So, let's go ahead and press that down. We'll make sure that I don't want this thing coming off at any point. So, if you see any loose spots on the inside of your crown, you might as well kind of glue it in place. Which is what I'm now doing. There we go. Now, so far so good. Get rid of these stringers again. You still got a little bit of a, you can see what I'm talking about when I say a looser right there. We're going to go ahead and push this up against it. So I got a little bit of a, there we go. That should do the job. Like I said, it's not as important on the inside as it is on the out with these things. Which is, I guess, not a really good lesson for anyone about self-image, but there you go. Now, we got to put our gems on here. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up here. Now, I got an idea of how I'm going to do this. Got a gem here. I don't think it'll hold up here. And I don't want to trust it on this fake fur. On the fall fur. I'll try it up here and see what we get. And if nothing else, I'll have to amend it. They got enough of a cup on the back of these glass gems. They might do the job. They might just hold up. Now, we're not quite done even after we get this done. Because I've got a large number of these stringers that's going to have to come off here. Get this army of spiders to quit attacking this crown. I mean, you can see them all over the place. I'm going to have to pluck a bunch of stringers off. Now, around again. And hopefully this will hold. I'm actually as new to this as probably all y'all. You only fail when you give up. I'm going to have another glue stick, would you believe? So we're going to grab us another glue stick. Quickly get it in here before this glue up here softens or hardens. And out again. Now, around again. Another dark blue one right here. Now, I'm gonna have to get me some red material to put up here in the cloth part of this crown. You've seen a lot of crowns that have like a cloth interior on them, and that's what we're going to do here. Now, but there it is for right now. Let's take a look and see how it's progressing. So, there's just a little bit off center, but it won't be quite so noticeable, as I think there's another one over here that's a tad off center. It definitely made it a tad heavier. So we're getting somewhere. But what I want to do is put maybe some sort of cap up here in the head. So, tell you what, we're going to let this thing cool down, and we'll see you when we get to the next part of this here project. Don't forget to follow us on Pinterest, Patreon, and Facebook. And I will see you cats, one and all, on the flip side. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye, and God bless. And good night. Alright guys, here's attempt one. What I've done is I've taken some craft foam and I've cut it into a circle, and then cut that circle slightly larger than the crown of the crown itself, and then kind of folded it over on itself to make like a little cap. Now that's going to fit inside if I can make this work. This is kind of purely experimental at this phase, so I'm learning right along with you as to what works and what don't on this. So I may end up having to cut it down a little bit more. So what I'm trying to do is see if I can get this thing in place without showing any of these seams, of these pleats that I've put into this thing, without making any sort of a mess now. And it's wanting to pop out, as you can see. So what that tells me is maybe I've got this thing still slightly too large or something like that. So got it pushed in now. Pop that out and let's see what we're running into here. It's wanting to slippy slide. So I may end up having to cut it down a little bit more. And maybe glue that around, but you kind of get the idea of what I'm doing here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and seam this up right here. So I don't want it being too outlandishly sticking out. Now, I'll have to figure out how to maybe come along the top up here and cut some of this down just a hair bit around this edge here. And kind of fit it into place, because that's going to be kind of like a skull cap is what we're doing here. Now, we've cut off a piece of this, so we're going to see if we can fit this in. And get rid of these stringers again. The stringers are a nuisance. Now, let's see if this will fit in here. I can get it to... And there's the clock. Now, as you can see, it's kind of a fight getting this thing in. Now, gotta get it in and get it filled out right in here. I'm trying to get this to fit. You can basically see the idea. So this is only the first attempt at this, so I may end up using it this way. But you can see what I'm doing, what I'm trying to do anyway. I may end up having to get me some actual red cloth to do this with and kind of fit it in so. And I really kind of wanted this angled over here, because I want that back there where it can't be seen as easily. There we go. Now, it's got to be pushed on down in. See what you think, guys. Now, one last test, and then I'll see if I can get this thing glued in place if I decide to go this route. Let's see. How does it fit? Got a lot of shag fur coming off of my face here, and that's no fun. Ah, it fits. I ain't got a mirror or nothing, but it fits. So, we're going to see if I can glue this in place. This is just basically, it was just a cheap, I think I got this at Halloween Spirit one year. And, whoa, it's jumping out again. And we don't want this jumping out. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here. I'll put a little bit of glue right in here. I don't want that being seen from the outside, but we want it glued in place. Now, we're going to do that around all the sides of it. Because that actually doesn't look half bad. And I'll probably have to do a little bit of adjusting on it to get it to where it's not sticking up in places where I don't want it to. Get rid of these stringers. Stringers are a bane of my existence. But it's occupational hazard when you're messing with a glue gun. That and burnt fingers. Now, I'm trying to be gentle with this thing because I don't want to get a bunch of glue where it can be seen. I don't want to knock any of these gems loose. So, got to be very super cautious. Now, I'll pull that up next to the edge here, because I got a little bit glue where I didn't want it. Now, that's something you do got to watch for, to be sure. Now, I'm going to come around inside here, and we're going to do the same thing. I want this on the back of it. Unfortunately, I can get away with that a little bit back there because you can't really see it, which might actually be the clue as to where to glue this thing at, where it's going to be least likely to be noticed. Just to put it in behind the sticky up parts on this crown. Ooh, that was hot. Now, gotta get these spiders off of it. Like I said, stringers are the bane of my existence. Let's see. Don't want to really have any visible stringers on this. And if you do, you may have to come in with I got a slightly dull knife here, so I can pull them up because I have no fingernails at all. You can see this web coming up off the top of it here. Now, pull off all these stringers, get them off my fingers. Now, come around here. And that's not too bad looking, really. Let me see if I can do something with this right in here. Pull off the stringer. That's not bad. That's not bad at all, especially for a first effort. So guys, if you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to get notified. And don't forget to follow us on Pinterest, Patreon, and Facebook. And I will see you guys, one and all, on the flip side. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye, and God bless.